So you've run the marathon, sold the raffle ticket, dressed up, entered the 4-ball, begged and borrowed, and finally reached your fundraising target. Thanks for all your hard work, and most of all, congratulations. You've made it to the Mellon Educate pre-departure briefing. Each and every one of you play a key role in making this school building blitz a huge success. Just a few more steps before we get stuck in helping thousands of children to get a quality education. One of those steps is to pay careful attention to this video. How did this all begin? It started with a heart and a brick.
This is a story about hearts and bricks. When a chap called Niall Mellon went on holiday to South Africa, he saw, beyond the spectacular views, something that he couldn't ignore. Smart, proud people living in dilapidated shacks with no electricity, no running water, no sanitation. And Niall knew he needed to change this. So one man with a kind heart inspired something huge. A collective effort of over 22,000 volunteers working together, building 25,000 beautiful houses, which became a blueprint for millions of homes in South Africa. Then one day, Nelson Mandela shared some wise words with Niall. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And so a new vision was born, building schools and training teachers, creating a legacy that would grow and grow. Just like the homes, each one starts with planting a brick, laying the foundations of a great education for the future of Africa. Niall inspired me to volunteer. Even though I'm terrible at DIY, useless with a paintbrush and have never laid bricks, I knew my contribution would make a difference. It's all about mucking in. So it was as simple as planning my next week off. Instead of sitting on a beach, I'd be changing lives. And you could make a huge difference by committing 7 days in November to do something amazing. I did, and it changed my life too. Be part of this story. With your help, you will transform the future for thousands of Africa's poorest children.
Every one of you in this room are about to become a part of the collective effort. 280 volunteers are joining us this November. We're so excited to welcome 90 brand new volunteers. We cannot wait to meet you and share the Building Blitz experience with you. Never forgetting our veteran volunteers, we're so delighted that you're returning with us once again. It just wouldn't be the same without you. Our mission over 6 days in 3 schools is building 14 new classrooms, 2 playgrounds, 2 sheltered areas, 2 kitchens, 1 sports field, 1 outdoor gym and 1 science lab, improving the quality of education of 3,650 children. The 3 schools are Sosebenza and Sobambisana primary schools and Usasazo High School in Kailisha. Mellon Educate Director Ken Kingston visited the schools to take a closer look.
So welcome from a rather windy Cape Town, volunteers. This is the most ambitious building programme we've done so far in our years in Mellon Educate. We are taking on 3 schools this year, not just the 2 of last year. So in this school, which is called Sosebenza Primary School, there are about just under 1,000 pupils in this school. And here we'll be building 5 classrooms. The one behind me you can see will be taken down. We'll also be building 2 grade-ors, a playground and a covered shelter. So come this November, you as our amazing volunteers are going to make such a huge difference to not only the staff but more importantly the pupils in this school. This school is based in Kailisha. It's about 4 kilometres from where you would have built in the 2 schools last year. And I've had many meetings with the principal here and the school governing body and they're extremely excited.
Seriously, these additional classes that they're going to be built for our school is going to add a lot of, I would say, a lot of our need on top of the need that we have. Because generally you'd notice in our school we have, I would say, I don't know how to call it, but bungalows that we use as classroom. They're not mud and brick made of. They are bungalows. Therefore, in terms of the weather, in terms of healthy, they are not healthy at all. Therefore, now these classrooms that are going to be built, they're going to be assisting the school. And that will make more quality of teaching now when children are being taught.
And let's now move on to our next school. At Sobambasana this November, we'll be working on general improvements in the school, adding a badly needed kitchen for the learners and also extending the grade O playground.
The partnership that we have with Melon Educate, the contribution that they are going to make at our school. We thank you all for volunteering to come.
And now let's look at our final school for this year's Building Blitz. So volunteers, welcome to Uzaza Zoo High School in Kalicha. Here we'll be building in November 6 classrooms, a kitchen, storerooms and other general improvements to the school. The new buildings will be in an L shape starting here on the left and continuing down all the way down to join up with the existing classrooms on the right hand side. This is the first high school which a Melon Educate Building Blitz has taken place in. This school receives most of its learners from Umangaliso Primary School, which many of you would have worked in 2016. Therefore, it makes perfect sense for us to continue our journey with this school and indeed with our Melon Educate team who will come in and work after you've built the new classrooms this November.
We're looking forward to the project because to the school it's going to make a huge difference. Space that we didn't have, that we are really looking forward to that at the start of next year in January. We can fit our learners into these new classes because currently we're turning away a lot of students because of overcrowding. So we're looking forward to having the new buildings at the start of next year. And we're looking forward to meeting you guys. Thank you.
One day I want to be an electrical engineer.
One day I want to be a social worker.
One day when I grow up, I want to be an actress.
One day I want to be an engineer because I want to build things.
One day when I grow up, I want to be a doctor because I like helping people who are suffering as diseases such as TB, HIV and cancer. And I would like to see many parents living a longer life so that they could see their children living.
You're not just building concrete foundations, but you're really laying a concrete foundation in the future lives for these children.
Once the mortar has dried after the Building Blitz, the Melon Educate education team continues the building process of strengthening and empowering the teachers in these schools to offer the highest quality education for all children. This is called the Melon Educate Results Programme and has been very successful in improving the pass rate in the schools we operate in.
We strive for excellence, and this program entitles us to do the right thing, to intervene, to help learners with mathematics and languages, and if they master that, we can actually improve in many areas in the other subjects.
Melon Educate is about putting in place the tools that give these schools a long-term sustainable future. We are equipping these schools with the knowledge and skill set to achieve a pass rate that they never dreamed was possible even 12 months ago.
With the education programme well established in our partner schools, our first ever Teaching Blitz followed in August, which saw Irish and UK teachers make a huge impact over 2 weeks of intensive knowledge sharing and mentoring. Take a look.
Before the teacher from Ireland came, I was really struggling with the introducing of the phonics. But when she started, my learners, they were glowing.
One of the main things that Melon are focusing on over here in Cape Town at the moment is the importance of positive teaching. Over in Ireland, it's something that we have mastered at this stage and received a lot of training in, so we're trying to implement strategies here. We're also focusing on the positivity within the staff and focusing on their main achievements.
They have infused us with new energy. We don't often recognize all the positives about our school, and to have somebody else point it out is helpful to us as well.
I can say my prayers have been answered.
I decided to work one-on-one with Miss Langer because it had the most benefit for her, and we planned out together what we hoped to achieve over the 2 weeks, and it worked really well. And it's really nice to see her confidence grow, and it's been growing gradually over the course of the 2 weeks, and now to see her actually using PowerPoints in her lesson and see how excited she's getting that she can actually do it, it's been great.
By now, you will all be inspired and energised for this life-changing blitz. Just a few more very important bits of information. Listen carefully.
On-site information.
Last bus to site will depart at 7 a.m. sharp. It will not wait around. A hard hat and steel boots must be worn. Your name badge must be visible. You must wear your kit t-shirt on site every day. Red card if you break these rules more than once means a flight home. All volunteers are broken into groups. The groups are made up of a mixture of trade and non-trade volunteers. There are 4 key roles to remember. Foreman. The foreman is the manager of the group. They wear a yellow hard hat. They coordinate all of your work. When you arrive on the first day, they will hold a meeting and assign your duties for the week. Team leader. The team leader will help with the smooth running of your group, deliver daily updates and communications. They will help with any problems you may encounter interacting with fellow volunteers. Health and Safety Officer. This year we have 2 Health and Safety Officers whose role is to work side by side with the foreman to ensure we have a safe and healthy working environment for all. They wear a red hard hat. Medical Team. The medical team is based on the site compound throughout the working day and in the hotels in the mornings and evenings. Foremen, health and safety officers, team leaders and medics are all volunteers just like you. Health and safety. Our policy is the provision of a safe and healthy working environment for all volunteers during the course of the building blitz. Look after yourself and others. You must wear minimum personal protective equipment, PPE. Hard hat, safety boots or steel toe boots, gloves and shirts. All cuts and bruises must be covered. Long trousers are strongly recommended. Wraparound glasses are a necessity. Always remember, a tidy site is a safe site. Read your health and safety book before departure. Security. Security of the volunteers is the top of our agenda. We take it very seriously and have a professional security team working with us throughout the building week. Here are a few very important guidelines how to keep safe during the week of the building blitz. The building site. Do not take chances whether it is your first time or your 5th time on the blitz. Do not cross site boundaries. Do not take valuable personal belongings on site, such as jewellery, money, phones, expensive cameras or passport. Never walk alone in Kailicha. Never walk alone at night time. Always ask the hotel to call you a taxi. Only use ATMs accompanied by a group. Always exercise caution because your health and safety is our priority.
Educational programme. Our educational programme is a very important part of the Building Blitz. Whether you are a first-time volunteer or a long-standing veteran, please make time to attend community and school visits we have arranged this year. It will help you to see and better understand what local families and communities are enduring. It will allow you to talk to the people you are here to help. It will inspire you to work even harder to help those who are in need. We kindly ask you to always remember these are real lives and real people. Respect the local customs and culture and always ask for permission to take photographs. Please check the visit schedule with your team leaders. Donations. The local communities really appreciate the donations our volunteers bring to them, but we do ask you, do not donate directly on site or during the educational visits. This causes huge security issues for the recipients and compromises the family. Each year, as always, we will work with the local community leaders and social workers to ensure that everything is distributed fairly. Donations to the local community, and especially the children, are a huge part of our Building Blitz. We know that many of you have spent months collecting toys and clothing to bring with you in November. We have a variety of flights reserved this year. Please contact the office in relation to your individual luggage allowance to enable you to bring as much as possible with you. Blitz logistics and practicalities. Your flight tickets will be sent to you 14 days before departure. You must have a valid passport and it must be in date 6 months after your visit is completed. This year, most of you will have 2 flights to take to get to Cape Town, and the total travel time will be about 17 hours. We will be staying in one hotel, the Cape Sun, Strand Street, Cape Town. For any queries or issues, a help desk at the hotel is manned by charity staff between 6 and 7 p.m. every evening. A medic will be on call from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. every evening. Our insurance requires that all volunteers must have their fitness to travel signed off with their GPs before travelling. Please check with your doctor regarding vaccinations and boosters you may require for Cape Town. When working on site, be realistic with your fitness, take regular breaks and drink at least 8 bottles of water per day. Lunch on site will be provided and never accept food from locals. It is the policy of the charity to police vet all our volunteers. If you have not yet returned your police clearance form, please contact the charity office immediately. Read up on your destination before you travel. Be knowledgeable and respect local culture and customs. Always ask permission when taking photographs. Never presume. We recommend you to bring the following items on the Building Blitz: steel toe boots, light rain jacket, fleece jacket and some warm clothes, light loose clothing, small medical kit, prescription medication, lots of sun cream, after sun, insect repellent and wraparound sunglasses.
I want to say a huge thank you to all the volunteers who've worked so hard to make it on our trip this year, November 2017. Behind me you can see hundreds of the school children whose lives you are changing as a result of your efforts. Today we've launched our volunteer teaching blitz here in Khayelitsha, and these teachers are building in classrooms that people just like you built last year here in this school in Khayelitsha. Beside me today were 2 of the other school principals who've been waiting for your arrival and whose schools you're going to change when you arrive here. I know that all of you have worked extraordinarily hard to fundraise and to raise the money to come out. On my behalf and on behalf of all of the lives of the children that you're helping to change, I want to say a huge, huge thank you to you and to say how much I'm looking forward to seeing all of you in November. Thank you.